Hello, everyone. First of all, let me thank you for taking time to view this presentation. As you well know, this process takes a long time and a lot of hard work. So I certainly appreciate the time anyone takes to look at my presentations and provide any feedback you might have. So this is Project 4, titled The Uncanny. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So the title of my design is called The Overlook by Saguaro Lake. So the impetus for this design was actually sparked the afternoon before the project was released. And on my way home, I had noticed a home along my route that I've passed hundreds of times, but for some reason, this particular day, I caught it at an angle that made it appear that it was a cantilever off of the side of a hill. I knew that it wasn't, but just that image kind of made an impression on me. And I remember thinking at the time when the details of this next project come out, I hope that it's something where I can design a cantilever type structure off the side of a slope. So when that happened to be the case, needless to say, I was excited and ready to get started. So I scoured the Phoenix metro area and located a site that was on a hill, but on the outskirts of Metro Phoenix, where the view would be important and one would be able to see a skyline view of Phoenix from a distance, hoping to take advantage of that site. I located a site near Lake Saguaro, and it's within a mile and a half of the location, which is key, being that my design is a spa. One of the features is the ability for guests to be able to drive, bike, or hike down a hill to the lake as a part of their retreat and recovery at the spa. So the location is located about 30 miles northeast of Phoenix. And like I said, it's near the lake here. That's about a mile and a half distance from where the structure would be in the lake. And as you can see, it sits in sort of a valley between two higher mounds with a direct view to Phoenix, and here's Lake Saguaro. I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, maybe someone can let me know. But again, this location is very close to this lake, and the point would be for patrons to experience fun around the lake. So as we dive into the drawings for this project, I'll start with two floor plan and diagram of the structure. On the left, we see a circulation diagram where I've drawn arrows showing basically the paths that people would take to go through the facility. And also I zoned it with colors to identify areas where primarily these type of occupants would occupy the space. On the right here, we have a floor plan which lists out every room. So one of the diagrams that I chose for this was to do an exploded axonometric, and it just talks about basically features of the building and kind of get a better idea of how things are laid out. So we'll get into the elevations. This first drawing here is the right elevation. This next drawing is the left side elevation. As you can see here, how you have to come down the stairs on this left side of the building to enter the facility. Here's our front elevation. Here are those stairs again. You can envision the patron coming in through the doors here, checking in, and making their way through the facility. Here's the rear elevation. And for our sections, this is the longitudinal section, which comes through basically the middle of the building. Straight ahead, you can see the towel rack. Here's the check-in desk. This is the area that I chose to do the detail section. You can see looking through the right side of this section, this wall here is the one that we're focused on. Our next section is the interior perspectival section. This is the same section that we just saw in the previous drawing. This is just a perspectival rendering of it. Our next section is the interior cross section. Here for one of my selected drawings, I really like the way that the front elevation of this structure appears in perspective form. I think it really captured the essence of what I was trying to go for with this design. And for our shade study, I chose the winter solstice, December 21st. This building, if we consider this the front of the building, it faces towards Phoenix, which means that the sun would rise on this side of the screen and then continue on path towards this direction, which is why I have the sunroof facing this direction, so that during the winter solstice, the sun is lower in the sky, which would provide a more direct angle into uh, the sauna skylight and can provide some lighting as well as some heat radiation for that room. Um, you can see that the shadows at this time of day, which is about 1:30, are casting off to the rear of the image, indicating that our sun is lower in the sky, but off to the right of the image, off of screen. Okay, this concludes the presentation of the drawings for the overlook at Lake Saguaro. Again, I thank you for taking the time to view this presentation. And if you have any comments, I look forward to receiving them. At any rate, I hope everyone has either had or will be having a great Thanksgiving. And I look forward to our continuing our studies. Thanks.